Hello and welcome to my Animal Crossing series. Last time we built a flower garden. In this video we're going to build an amusement park. Now quickly, before we get on to the build, I just want to say that we all know that this was a very long journey and a lot of things went out of plan. This is why I carried out more research and redesigned the back end of the island to make things more achievable. This then became a reality by raising the back end of the island. Now I've got more space to build an amusement park. There's so much space for activities. I started the day by catching up with my animal villagers, as it's been a while since I've last spoken to them, and then, doing some leisure activities such as fishing, watering the farm crops, and going shopping. After all that, I decided to go to the back of my island, climb to the top, and found loads of weeds. So I ended up cleaning all the weeds at the back of my island. Luckily, Leaf was visiting my island today, so I could sell all of the weeds there and then. I didn't need to travel to Hal's Island today to do that. Not gonna lie, I was nervous about making the amusement park become a reality. I decided to carry out some in-game research by visiting Luna in my sleep. By doing this, I can visit other islands through dreams, becoming dream islands. I visited an island called iLand that has very interesting areas of their island. I'll link their dream address in the description. To who created the island, it was very pretty and it had a well thought out plans and designs. Definitely something that I want to get inspired by to add to my island. So it's been a long time since I played, and once again I start the day by cleaning up all the weeds on my island, then traveling all the way to Hal's Island to sell my weeds to Leaf so that I could get more bells. At least I'm making money from doing all of this. When I came back to my island, I went all the way back to the raised part of my island to remove the fence that was blocking further than the amusement park. That was so animal villagers couldn't be intervening with my builds. Then I removed the amusement park items so that I can create a larger amusement park. after doing all that, I decided to work on Olive's new garden. Let's talk about her new located home. Olive's garden is slightly different to everyone else's garden. Her furniture completely stands out to her personality and her home. Olive is a normal villager, and after trying to get to know her, there's nothing that particular that stands out. The only thing I got for sure is that she likes ice cream. Originally, the color of the cute sofa and table were going to be yellow or white. However, I then saw blue, which thought was very interesting for her to have. And this is also why she has a ice cream lamp with her, because that's part of her interest. In her mini garden, she has an olive bush, which is very funny because it's in her name, and I thought that she could also have mini starters to look after and log it in a journal, or log her ice cream journey in a journal, doesn't matter. I don't know if she likes her garden because Olive is never around. She's either not at home or she's always in her house. And when she's not at home, she's never around her garden, so I don't know if she likes it or not. I started the day by going to the museum to donate a painting I bought when I last visited Halves Island in December. While I was still in the museum, I thought I'd grab a coffee since it's been a while since I've seen the Brewster. Then I found weeds on my island again and needed to clean them again and travel to Halves Island again so I could sell them to Leaf so I could get double the bells again. Man, at least I can buy more things. So today was the day I decided to move Olive's house to its current location, which is the back of the amusement park. And I did this before actually working on the amusement park. So yeah. I started to work on the front entrance of the amusement park, wanting the edges of the cliffs to match on either side so that I got the symmetry and pattern down. I decided to lay out Rocket's house and garden before placing any of the other items down so that I knew where her house would be, as well as it not clashing with any other amusement park ideas. Then I decided to see what items I would place where so I could see what my amusement park would look like roughly. Before ending the evening, I found Rocket and decided to speak to her, just so I can get a bigger idea of how I could set up her garden. So this is the first time I forgot to record what date it was on the day I do anything. So the date for this one is Sunday the 12th, January 2025. It was evening and I was totally shocked and amazed by the nighttime aurora that I decided to climb up the cliffs so I could stargaze at the stars and the northern lights. It was so pretty. Then I decided to visit Mo in his house as it was his birthday. I gave him some apples as a present as he always enjoys his fruits. Happy birthday, Mo! I started the day by visiting the custom designs portal. I had an idea to create a food area in the park using different stores to have different themes of food available. Once I finished customizing the stores, I placed them in rows to create a food vibe as well as match what foods would go with the themes of the stores. Here's the middle of the video special treat. Here's Lyman having a dance in the middle of my build. Enjoy! I got my crafting table out to craft some materials, creating an area where villagers can sit and eat their food in the amusement park. I decided to drop some feathers on the ground to give the park that fun festival vibe. Afterwards, I started to create a sort of park area next to Olive's garden, as that area next to Olive's garden felt empty. I placed down some items to give it that park theme that's separate from the amusement park, but I also placed some items to make it look like someone's traveling, make it look like someone's on the go. I also decided to decorate the edge of the cliff around the lower level to the secret beach using natural objects and wooden crafted items to give it that foresty, parky theme. You'll see why in future videos, of course. I'm doing a lot today because I also decided to move Rocket's house to its new and permanent place. And while we're talking about Rocket's house, let's talk about her new setup with her new garden. Alongside Lyman, Rocket was also an animal villager who started and been there with me from the very beginning of my journey on Stardust. You know, the name of my island. So I thought it would be appropriate to give her a garden that's needed to match her personality, character, and her house. This makes it easier for me as she's completely pink. So it just made sense to add everything pink. Although I do like the yellow accents and the white accents in the part of her garden, as it does make it stand out just a bit. Rocket wants to be a superhero, which is why she dresses up as a superhero alongside Kit Kat, which means she's really into working out. That's why I added protein shakes and weights to lift to get stronger, like how strong she is. But Rocket also has a sisterly personality, which is why I added a succulent plant and a scrapbook so that she can record her journey looking after plants. I thought since she had a big sister vibe, she can look after some plants that doesn't have to always be flowers. But I love the way her garden turned out. But maybe she doesn't like her garden because she's never around her house since she's moved in. I don't know. I don't know she likes. I decided that I was going to give a small tour of the amusement park. Okay, so I realized that I never recorded any of the process of me creating an arcade in front of the food stalls. I apologize for that. I just thought that every amusement park has like a fun fair / arcade area where you can win prizes and lets you have breaks from going on the rides. So I made a small row of different arcade games you would definitely find in an amusement park lined up. I also added some shells to showcase prizes that can be won. But yeah, I just completely forgot and didn't realize that I did not record any of the process of me making that 100%. I even recorded some nighttime still shots so you could see what it looks like in the night too. The only thing I did on this day was add a sandy flooring on the back of the island. Now I did this because I wanted to make it more separated from the amusement park and feel less like it was missing something to make it complete. Now, I know I didn't do much during this build, which is why you got to see what I actually did towards the end. But I still feel like it was important to show you what happened before the build, as I was actually nervous for this build. I was kind of putting it off and wasn't sure how good it was going to turn out. But once I started placing down the rides, the amusement park felt complete. This is also why I don't have much footage of it too, since it was very quick to decorate. The new ideas started to come, making me motivated to make the amusement park more completed. Before my next build, I'll be raising the back end of my island to the next level, which is the 3rd level. See you next time!